And we're live! Hello, people of YouTubes and the wider internets. It's me, Zach, your old friend Maestro.
It is I, Ed.
That's it. No, that's it. Just Ed.
It's been a lot. It's been a day. It's been day 5.
Uh, yes, so we're gonna go ahead and jump back into Pikmin 2. Day 5, when we last left off, we made a good bit of starting progress with our current objective. We are trying to collect 10,000 Pokos worth of treasure, and we're already a third of the way there. And when we last left off, we have 3 Pikmin in our wider arsenal. Red, purples, and whites. Purple and whites being, of course, the new intros to the series. So let's just go ahead and jump in. We unlocked a new area last time. The Perplexing Pool. Let's just dive right in.
But Pikmin die in the water. Learn this. When will you learn? Pikmin cannot swim. Unless they're blue.
Who's to say?
Da-boo-dee-da-boo-da. Da-boo-dee-da-boo-da. Do you think what is it? Was it in 545 got their look from Blue Pikmin?
I'm pretty sure that song originates in the 90s. Yeah. Anyway.
Person can dream.
So here we have the map. I'm just gonna kind of look around, and we got something. We got something right there. What's this? What's happening here? Looks like some sort of pod.
They're pod people.
Yes. And also, for those of you who are eagle-eyed, you might recognize that this area is a reworked distant spring from the original game. Just like the Awakening Wood.
Intro? Isn't this the original place? Like the tutorial?
No, this was the last area of the original game. Not including the boss arena finale. So we're just going to go ahead and get started here.
Okay.
So we got our hefty squad here. And as soon as we're within eye shot, it's Yellow Pikmin. Surprise, they return.
The best Pikmin. You think they're gonna show off the new lightning resistance by hitting lightning in the sky?
Do what?
Nothing. I feel nothing. So much red.
Yeah, well, considering red are the most... 1 second. I'm having an issue with my controller. It's not picking up some of my inputs. Why is this...
A bit laggy?
No, it wasn't picking up my trigger buttons. Okay.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Right, because you can't just pod the purple or white, you have to convert.
That is correct. And we can only do that in caves because that's the only place that those candy pop buds will spawn.
Candy pop,
Okay, there we go. So in the first game, these guys were incredibly annoying because they jump up and will squish your Pikmin. And oh my god, this guy took some Pikmin back.
oh, dare you.
All right. There we go.
that's right. It's Olimar and the other dude, Louis.
Olimar and Louis. The intrepid duo.
Is this like a French-inspired game?
No.
Okay. It's just like Louis is very French, and then like Olimar almost sounds like a little bit European. Yes.
Oh, God. The detection physics on these little platforms are not great. But basically, it's your typical weight puzzle that was popular in video games around this era. There we go. Okay. And we're going to go and throw it up here. One of these bastards are back.
No, not the bastards.
Yeah, the snitch bugs are just as annoying as ever. And over here, we have a new enemy. We'll come and tackle him in just a moment. First things first, we gotta come over here, take out this guy. So the thing is with these snitch bugs is, unlike most of the creatures that'll have like a certain radius that they'll kind of patrol, they will actually be able to wander all around the map.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's...
They don't have like a limitation of like, there's no like set path they wander, it's just random?
Yes. For the most part. They tend to kind of just stick around with the area wherever they spawn, but once, you know, Pikmin are kind of out and about and they attract their attention, they'll just fly to wherever they are. Here we have a new enemy, the Fiery Bulb Blacks. It's just like a bulb orb, but it's on fire. Revolutionary, I know.
So are there like just the variety of elemental bulb orbs? Like, are there lightning ones? Are there
no, this is the only one.
Bulb orbs? There's only one random like fire. Okay.
Yeah, this is the only elemental variant that exists in Pikmin 2. So.
Are you gonna say like this is the only one in the entire game? Like this?
Oh no, there are plenty more. So here we have a new sort of environmental feature.
It's a blister.
It's basically a puff spore, and what you want to do is you want to have your Pikmin take care of it, because it will eventually yield a very beneficial plant.
Like a moss?
Not quite. Alright, so while all that's going on, gotta walk Louie's ass all the way around. So this is probably one of the most tedious elements in Pikmin 2, is while you have two captains and you can kind of split them up and have them accomplish multiple things, the practicality is there's still a good amount of waiting, and there's no fast travel of any kind. So we took out the poisonous spore that was choking out these plants, and in about 30 seconds or so, they're going to spawn berries for us.
Berries?
And these berries are purple.
Is that a new type of potion?
Yes, so we actually unlocked it last time when we were in the Awakening Wood.
Oh.
But we haven't...
Is this like the Olimar potion, like for the actual, like...
Yes.
For like the actual people?
Yes, so you can use it, but we haven't seen its effect yet, so we'll get to that when we get to it.
I see.
Alright, and so that's kind of what's happening. Chime went off, which means they're done. And so let's go ahead and get some new Pikmin.
Well, I'll be new Pikmin.
New old Pikmin. So, yellow Pikmin are returning, and much of their functionality is the same as from the first game, but they do have some new tricks.
Do
Which we
Pikmin
will.
not have mouths?
Technically, the
I
only
never
Pikmin
noticed
that
this.
have mouths are the blue Pikmin, because they have gills.
Oh.
Okay. So now that we have two different kinds of onions that the Pikmin can bring stuff back to, I wanted to talk about how purple and white Pikmin decide which onion to use. Because they don't have any onions of their own, they're going to default to whatever onions are available when they're carrying back corpses and pellets. And basically how it works is it will run an RNG for any available onion, and then it will act as if it's that correct type of Pikmin.
Okay.
So we're just doing a quick grow up of our yellow Pikmin count, just so that way we can get some of those numbers up. While they're doing that, let's go ahead and try and get some more of these guys. Gonna go ahead and do a quick flower. Alright. Looks like we're one shy of what we want, but that's fine. So here we have an electric gate, and as you are probably have already guessed, yellow Pikmin are now freshly immune to the hazard of electricity. Which is very good, because while we haven't directly encountered this hazard anywhere yet, it is super lethal to Pikmin. In fact, it is one of the few things that will instant kill Pikmin in this entire game. Alright. So while they're doing that, we're just going to kind of hang back and continue farming these berries, because these purple berries are incredibly useful.
Do they make you faster?
The pink ones make the Pikmin faster, yes. But the purple berries have another entirely unique effect, which we will touch on the first chance I feel we need to use them. They are kind of a precious resource.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I take any opportunity I can to farm them. And this will probably be the last round I do that. Alright, these guys are done. So we're just going to have Louis kind of hang out right here for now.
Do the purple berries only, I guess, spawn in certain locations?
Yes. 2 spawn in this spot right here. One will spawn back in the Awakening Wood, and that is pretty much it.
Wow. Limited.
They are a precious commodity, yes. But with that, dungeons that you go down level by level to find treasure, you kill creatures, and whatnot. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and try to tackle.
Oh, and you said it was like an all or nothing kind of thing. Like you either get everything, you can't go back. It's like a one and done kind of thing, right?
No, not necessarily. As long as you leave through a geyser and don't bail out partway through, whatever you collect, you keep. But with proper planning, you can basically clear out the dungeon in one go.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so we're going to...
We're going on a trip. Wait.
Yeah. So I'm just checking my notes to see what I want to do first, and I think...
Ooh, he has notes.
We'll do this.
Wonderful. Delectable. Oh, and inside the cave is the only place you can purple and white pigment. That is awesome.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's all coming back. It's all coming back, you know? Like riding a bicycle that I've never ridden before. Love it.
Alright, timing's gonna be a little bit tight, but I should be able to grab these guys and make my way into the cave.
Making your way into the cave, walking fast, Pikmin going all past you.
Nope. Alright. That's fine. We don't need them for the cave I want to tackle first.
We don't need them.
It's nice to have the numbers where there's actually nothing.
It stops all time, right?
That is correct.
So you're gonna spend like the whole time doing this thing?
Yes, the remaining 1 second in the day that we have. Alright, so the Citadel of Spiders.
Silly spiders. Pikmin up the kids.
These are skitter leaves. They are harmless. But their danger is that they tend to attract Pikmin's attention and they will wander away. And typically into hazardous areas. But like with most caves, first order of business is kind of clearing out, killing creatures, scoping out where the treasures are. Flower per Pikmin every chance you get.
This is the time.
Oh my goodness.
What are those little things called again? Those little, like... grubs?
These are shearwigs. They're just small little insects that will pick off your Pikmin one at a time. But they can be very annoying because once they get, like, lose over half their health, they will take off into the air.
The leaf ones or the little ones? Oh, yes, both.
The small ones, yeah.
Is this an artifact right here? This tomato?
Yep. Our radar's going crazy, which means this is what we want. So I gotta go ahead and
That's
carry...
that annoying noise, the radar?
Yep.
Sorry for calling it annoying. I was like, how does that sound?
I mean, it's meant to be sort of omnipresent.
Oh.
And it is a love nugget.
Excuse me?
It's a love nugget.
That's a tomato.
No, that's a love nugget.
No, that's a tomato.
Listen, I think I know a love nugget when I see it.
We're not gonna go to I will fight you. I am part Italian. What? What? A love nugget?
Yes. You seem confused.
I am very colorly confused and surprised.
So we're just going to go ahead and start scouting around. We got a couple of these Wally hops around here that are just a big old pain in the ass.
Is it the actual name, Wally hops?
Yes.
Do they hop on walls?
And the thing that just picked it up is...
What the hell? Is it Daddy Longlegs?
No. I mean, it is a spider of sorts. That is true.
That's something out of Dead Space. That's terrifying. I don't think you've ever played Dead Space or seen it played.
No. This is one of species of dweevil.
I'm sorry? You said dweevil?
It's a dweevil. Yes.
Alright, you have to explain further because this all sounds like gobbledygook.
So, dweevils are basically a sort of spider-type creature that is typified by basically a different element. And these are fiery dweevils, which means that they are of the fire element. And so what happens is whenever it is attacked or otherwise threatened, it will try to defend itself by casting flames all around it.
Flame? Flame?
I'd like to remind everyone this stream is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. There you go.
You know, our friends at RC Cola. Is RC still a thing?
Yep. It's more popular in the northern U.S.
Huh. Okay, don't tell everybody where we are located. That's not kosher.
I mean, I just said the North U.S. I think
Exactly. We don't want to know that we're also in the North U.S.
So most creatures, like, regardless of the various hazards that they present, are frankly trivialized by the presence of purples, because not only do they hit for a ton, but they also have that chance to stun enemies, and it's just any potential challenge that could arise is really neutralized by them. Now, of course, there are exceptions where going head first with a bunch of purples into a dangerous enemy is not ideal, but for the most part, like if you have a big enough group of them and you don't care about losing them, yeah, there's no challenge. The difficulty just becomes, how do I get my purple Pikmin to where I want them to be? Truly a marvel.
Really genius in its incarnate. We definitely needed that piece. That piece will do so much.
It's a historical artifact. It belongs in a museum.
No, that actor belongs in a museum.
Ooh, another new enemy. Cave's just full of them. This little guy is an anode beetle.
He's electrified.
So these guys are kind of will wander around and attempt to set off a spark of electricity. What ends up happening is they try to find a partner, a mate, and they will charge up and create an electrical current between them.
Oh.
Electricity is the most dangerous hazard in the game, making these one of the most dangerous enemies in the game. The only way you can defeat them is by landing a Pikmin on its back to flip it, and then beating it to death.
So you shouldn't have showed me this. You should never let me watch you play this game. Now I have ideas for enemies in D&D.
Hey man, if you want like interesting creature design, Pikmin's not a bad place to start.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna hate you for it. Everyone's gonna be like, what? This is so difficult. You're gonna be like, guys, I got some inside information. I know how to...
You will have them neutralized. But additionally, if you take out all but one of them, then they cease to be a threat. If two of them are too far apart, then they will similarly be harmless. Oh my god. So occasionally, whenever you wander throughout the caves, stuff will just fall from the sky.
Like spawn? Like they'll just randomly spawn? Or is it more just like rocks will fall from the sky?
Yes, to both.
Oh god.
So in these earlier, simpler caves, they're not going to be much of a threat. But definitely in some of the later, more difficult caves that we'll get to, it becomes easily the most dangerous and frustrating elements in these caves.
Clam shell?
And it's a scallop shell.
Scallop shell. What are the difference between clams and scallops? Is one bigger and one smaller?
They're just a different breed of mollusk. Bivalve. And with that, we are going to press on. Oh. Crack open an egg. Maybe something good comes up. Nope. Alright. Onward, downward, deeper into the depths of despair. Yep. Okay.
It's the pit of despair.
All right. Oh, here we get another classic from Pikmin 1, the water dumple.
There's no water around it.
And there he goes. Alright. So up in the distance we have a new enemy, which we want to proceed with a small amount of Pikmin, because the more Pikmin are, the more easily scattered they are.
Is that like a pistol shrimp? Or an antlion?
This is a crawmad. Yes, it is essentially a shrimp, but what it does, it'll lunge out from its little nest to try and grab any Pikmin. If it's successful, then it will drag them back. So, again, most hazards besides electricity are not that bad to deal with. Because as long as you're diligent and call your Pikmin back before they can be killed by whatever the elemental danger is, you can pretty much have any Pikmin handle these like small like fire geysers and whatnot.
Okay.
Fancy some chocolate?
Fancy king of sweet. Ooh, piece of candy.
Okay.
Wait, does it say 10 out of 150?
Yes, so again, the top number is the minimum number of Pikmin required to carry it. The bottom number is the total Pikmin strength that are actually carrying it. And since purple Pikmin have a carry...
Oh, there's some that are stronger.
Right, they count as 10 Pikmin.
Of 10 Pikmin. Okay.
So for all their strength, these guys are pretty... So, final floor. Yeah, looks about right.
Boss room. Is there a time limit to how long you have in this cave?
Nope. None of the caves are timed in any sort of way. So it's the Citadel of Spiders. Clearly we have a boss arena. I think you could probably assume we're going to fight some sort of big spider.
Nope. I think it's gonna be a shrimp
That is a good guess.
or something like that. Some kind of crab.
Well, so we come to the center, and it drops from the sky.
Julius.
And here we have a returning favorite, the beady long legs.
I don't like it.
Alright. So last time we fought this guy, he would stomp around, and because his center orb thing is his only weak spot, we would need yellow Pikmin to successfully reach up there to grab him. But instead, we're just going to do this. As we're interrupted by a cutscene. Cool, thanks game. Love it.
Wow.
I hear these are girls' best friends. Alright.
At least it's worth 100.
So, this is the effect of the purple berry. If we stand in front of an enemy and press up on the D-pad, it will use a purple spray, and this will petrify any enemies that are caught within that small radius.
Even boss monsters?
Yes. However, the amount of time that they're petrified is different by creature. So obviously, boss creatures will have a shorter amount of time petrified. But that really doesn't matter none once you have 1,000 million purples. And just to show off how utterly game-breaking these guys are relative to any other type. Look at that. The guy's already almost dead. When we fought this guy in the first game, it took us like about a quarter of the day.
We can go through with it?
No? Let's go with no.
That would have been awesome if it was.
No, it said it is something far sillier. Wow. Magical.
A key! It's a golden key. Is it a wind-up key?
It's just a key.
That has some kind of interesting purpose. And it did not.
I'll just wait for it.
It's challenge mode.
So, challenge mode is a collection of missions in Pikmin 2 that are independent of the actual story mode. They're basically a curated set of caves in which you just kind of go through and it's a score attack sort of deal. You try to go through, clear them as fast as possible, collect as much treasure as you can, and that's it. Of course, they are neat because they are co-op. So you can have two people play them together. Not in the story, but in challenge mode. Perhaps we shall demonstrate at some point during the stream. But yes, that's what the key does. It unlocks the challenge mode.
Did you just explain the word co-op to our listeners?
Yes.
Our viewers? This is why nobody watches this. This is why nobody watches us.
But yeah, so it has no in-game purpose. So unlike most of the other treasures we get from killing bosses in this game, it is worthless. But with that, the cave is complete. And we can return to the surface with a whole 1 second left in the day.
I thought it was like 2. But yeah, he's right. So good problem.
And real quick, just want to go and point out here. Because we went into the onion and came back out, the we went into the cave and came back out. The yellow onion moved over to the landing site, and I believe this has something to do with the way they're programmed. Because it is a discovered onion, they're supposed to only be in the landing site. And so we technically left the map and came back. Here it is.
Oh, wow.
So the day was decently productive.
It was a good day.
Oh, get off me! Oh my god, there's so many of them. Right on.
A steady increase of Pikmin.
So, as we take our time trying to pay off this debt, the president will be checking in with us every day, and in what I can only call the most absurdly depressing saga of all time. I don't foresee us taking terribly long to actually pay off the debt. But more or less, the longer you take, the more destitute the president becomes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We'll see what ends up happening with this playthrough, but suffice it to say, I will be going over some of the other things that will happen. Alright, so that was the first day in the Perplexing Pool. Let's go ahead and check out the Piclopedia and take a look at the new guys we encountered. Oculus Volcanus.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I've always found interesting about the Fiery Blow Blacks is that it's got this sort of like melty appearance, and I've always thought that it's because he's on fire. His own body is literally melting under the heat it produces. Truly tragic.
Oh.
Water Dumples. Classics. Horrifying. Somebody that we didn't necessarily see. These ravenous whisker pillars, what they will do is they are attracted to those berry plants, and whenever they have berries on them, they will basically climb up their stalks and eat them. And it is incredibly annoying when you're trying to farm them. Other than that, they're not dangerous in any sort of way. They're completely harmless to your Pikmin, but they are a nuisance. Add? So this thing can actually jut out a good distance from its nest. Swooping Snitchbug returns. Our first Dweevil. So here the game calls it a Wollywog, and this is true as to what they were originally called. However, in late Wii remakes and later entries of the game, renamed them to Wally Hops because Wog is a slur in the UK. Got some new goodies here. Game well, anyway.
He is immortal.
Well, considering Olimar himself or Louie are not in any sort of mortal peril throughout the course of this game, compared to the first one, yeah, he's fine. He'll be fine. So let's go ahead and go back to the perplexing pool.
Supervisor of the game.
Essentially. So we're going to take out a bunch of purples.
So what's the max number of Pikmin you can keep in storage?
Technically, there are no upper limits to the Pikmin you can have of any type. That's just due to, hardware limitations and all that. So we're going to go and explore around a little bit. We got a couple of goodies all over the place. So something that I think is a real misstep in the game is that there's not a lot of treasures or anything on the surface on any of the levels.
Like you mean like just laying around? Like
yeah, because the majority of the stuff that you can collect... Yeah, because the majority of the stuff that you're able to collect it is going to be in the caves. It's a minor thing, but something that I still feel that they could have capitalized on.
Wait, what? Infinite score.
The Impediment Scourge.
I do not know what that means.
It gets rid of impediments.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you got like an impediment of some kind, it'll get rid of it. It's a scourge to impediments.
Scourge.
Alright. Got another treasure up here. Alright, game. Can you just actually... I need more Pikmin. Always need more Pikmin. There's never enough Pikmin. So as we're playing this, of course, Pikmin 4 is right. Yeah, because I've played the demo. In fact, I've played through the demo 3 times now. And if that is anything to go by, the promise of Pikmin 4 is going to be absolutely massive.
Absolutely massive.
Yes, like even compared to this relative scope of this game, Pikmin 3, like the games have been progressively getting bigger in their scale and ambition. And I cannot wait till I get to experience it and then get to share that experience with you all.
Because Pikmin 4 isn't out yet, right?
Comes out this Friday, July 21st.
Ooh, I bet you're excited.
Unbelievably so. Yeah. If anything, I'm surprised at how many things are happening this Friday. Because Pikmin 4 is coming out, like, the Barbie movie's coming out, Oppenheimer's coming out, and there's all sorts of other things that are happening at various other fandoms that are just kind of all coinciding on this one day. Because, like, there's, like, a new Kamen Rider movie coming out. Venture Bros, I think they're getting a movie of some sort.
Wait, Adventure Bros?
Venture Bros, the Adult Swim show.
You watched the Venture Bros?
Barely. Way back in the day.
You watched them? No. Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I just didn't expect that. Wow. I honestly did not. Dude, that's cool. Huh. I watched no for 6. So there's a couple stuff like this. But yeah, no, Venture Bros is awesome. Wow. They're supposed to get their own thing.
Yeah, so I mean, like way back in the day, the show ended up getting canceled. And so I guess the folks at Warner decided, like, you know what, go ahead, just do it. We'll put it on like HBO Max or whatever. And so they're getting like like an animated movie to just kind of wrap it up. Truthfully, I barely remember anything about the show. It was just kind of one of those things that, like, I'm up at midnight and it's on when we were back in high school. But yeah, so like there's just a lot of things that are kind of happening this coming Friday. All the planets are aligning.
On May 12, 2021, it was announced that a direct-to-video film, Venture Bros. Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart, is in production from Adult Swim, which will conclude the story from the series and will release on digital July 21st and DVD on July 25th. So yeah, wow. That's pretty cool. Huh. Huh. That is exciting. Like, honestly, I know we're kind of like deviating from Pikmin, but wow.
Yeah. Well, because we were like, yeah, when we were back in high school, like I'd watch Venture Bros and like whatever else was on Adult Swim.
Wait, okay, so wait. This is huge news to me. Did you watch Metalocalypse?
Yes, I did.
You did not. You did not. You're lying to me now. You're outright. It's not good to lie to friends. You do not lie to friends. Did you really watch Metalocalypse?
Yeah.
You made me believe you did not like popular culture stuff for so long.
You came to that conclusion independent of whatever I would tell you.
You didn't tell me anything.
There you go.
Okay, wait. Then you watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
I mean, I saw it. I didn't care for it. It was too far on like the stupid end for me.
I agree. It was kind of a lot of random stuff just happens.
A lot of random stuff. The gross out humor.
Or stuff you have to kind of get.
Also, shout out to Mario Paint.
What?
Mario Paint, the Super Nintendo game.
Never played it.
Wow.
Did you ever watch Super Jail?
It rings a bell. Doesn't really, but I don't really remember anything about it. Most media companies tend to, because their audiences change and whatnot.
Do you remember home movies?
Yes. Do I remember anything about it? Not really. But the only thing I know for sure about it was that it was
kind of squiggly animation.
Yeah, it was made by the same guy who later made Metalocalypse. It was like his first show.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I did not know it. Wow. Do you remember in like I guess high school or even middle school, they used to show us in science class or
yes,
some other shows.
Yes,
Well,
I remember that.
Science.
You do what?
Yeah, so I was thinking that that's the same it's the same style of animation.
I mean, yeah.
Because the squiggly lines are in there as well. Did you ever have a favorite? Or did you watch any of the anime during Adult Swim?
Yeah. The problem with that is like they tend to air really fucking late at night. But that's how I watched like Full Metal for the first time and Death Note.
Watch any of Cowboy Bebop? I feel like you would like Bebop a lot.
Yeah, I did watch Cowboy Bebop, and yes, it is a seminal anime.
Okay. So I'm guessing you watched a good amount of Robot Chicken.
I mean, yeah, I watched it. I never really liked it.
Oh, okay. Adventure Bros, yeah. There's some weird ass shows on Adult Swim. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of their deal. Bizarre programming. Stuff that couldn't air on more respectable networks. Hey, what are you doing? So just kind of going around, collecting treasures. You know, Pikmin stuff. Of course, being the Glutton's Kitchen, they're all food themed. Why aren't... Oh, do I need to... I do, don't I? God. This is just aggravating. Oh, no, you don't. So, the bread bug returns from the first game, and it's got the same shtick. It'll try to grab onto corpses, or in this case, treasures, to try and drag them back to these nests. And so you gotta kill it in order to free these items from said nests. Yoo-hoo!
Okay, so I'm not sure how open you'll be to this, because like, you're playing a game and obviously you kind of want to focus on this.
Kind of, yes.
I like making little games out of things, so I wanted to see if you were game for this little, I guess, not trivia, but like almost like two truths and a lie kind of thing. But you have to figure out something. So I'm gonna give you three options.
Uh-huh.
One of them's gonna be fake. One of them's not gonna be. So basically, I'm gonna ask you. Tell me which of these is not an Adult Swim show. Kind of guess which one it is.
All right, sure.
Okay. First one. Xavier, Renegade Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Second show is The Mullet. And the last one is Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
I know Xavier was a real one.
Which of these is not?
What was the, what were the other? Your Pretty Face Going Home. What was the second one?
The
Mullet?
The Mullet.
I think that was...
The Mullets.
That's the fake one.
The Mullets, okay. You are correct. Yeah, The Mullets, it was a sitcom on,
Let me guess.
UPN
TBS.
in
Oh,
2003.
UPN. Alright. Real quick. So, I want to show off something here. So, whenever we crack open these eggs and whatnot, there's a chance that instead of nectar, it'll give us one of these either pink or purple drops. And so our captains can slurp them up just like normal. However, there is an oversight in the way that it's programmed. So, typically, only the active captain normally will be interacting with them to drink it up, right? However, if you let another captain idle, and you just kind of like slowly nudge them into it, they will still drink it up. And just like that, you'll get 2 for the price of 1.
Does it reduce the time or the effectiveness of the slurping or no?
Nope, they work just like normal. So you could just get two sprays out of a single drop with that exploit. and it can absolutely lead to your spray count skyrocketing, especially as we get to some later caves, because the frequency in which we can encounter these drops will increase.
Okay.
Die.
Die.
Yeah, so the bread bugs are pretty difficult to deal with. Obviously, the simplest way is to have them get attached to a thing that's going to get sucked up into the pod, and then it'll deal a lot of damage to it. Of course, I prefer not to consume beasts and whatnot, which tend to be the easiest way to trick them. So instead, you got to throw Pikmin onto their back, and then it'll deal damage. Which is a very slow and tedious way to deal with things. So I'm just kind of going around and dealing with some of these electric hazards. Alright, whatever.
You miss every shot?
Yeah, the thing is, like with the yellow Pikmin, because they have that high arc, you gotta lead your shot a bit. Which I'm not the best at doing, but because these guys aren't in any immediate danger, I'm not attempting to play with, maximum skill. I mean, this is a semi-casual playthrough of Pikmin, of the Pikmin series, so we're not out to set any records here, folks.
I advertised this as the best run ever, so whoops, that's my bad. I even called Guinness, like, this is gonna be like the best thing ever.
I mean, you could just tell Guinness whatever the fuck you want, and they'll say, yeah, sure, whatever. They don't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah. They could care less. Or could not care less. Come on.
You're looking for a buddy.
Well, all of his buddies are dead, and so is he. That's all those guys dealt with. And let's go ahead and throw 2 of you on there. There you go. Okay. And just that way we don't end up losing any stray Pikmin. Alright.
Would you like to try again?
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Soul Quest Overdrive. Stroker and Hoop. And the last show, Dirty Sexy Money.
Yeah, I have no idea what any of those shows are, so I'm going to guess the second one.
So you're saying Stroker and Hoop?
Yeah.
No, that is an Adult Swim animated show. The answer was Dirty Sexy Money. It was not that one was not.
Sure. All right. Cool. Whatever. I mean, to be fair, like, I stopped watching most television after 2013 because that's when I moved out of my parents' house and no longer had access to cable or anything like that. Alright, so real quick, I want to go ahead and demonstrate the lethality of electricity.
You're gonna kill a Pikmin?
It is real bad. No, I'm not going to kill any Pikmin. That's wasteful. But it is very harmful, and as you can see, like, these little,
Kill
like,
Louie.
electric gates, they activate relatively quickly compared to some of the other elemental hazards. And because, you know, electricity is an instant kill hazard, if you're not paying attention, you can wander your whole squad through here and just absolutely annihilate all of them. But also, your Pikmin are not in any sort of danger during cutscenes. So even if they wander through electricity during, like, a cave cutscene or whatever like that, they're fine. They're perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
So we're just going to go ahead and proceed. Collect more treasures. Kill more enemies. Pikmin things. But yeah, so like we were saying, I stopped watching most television-related media after, like, 2013.
Okay. That was the last one. I won't continue.
Alright, well, here we've got another returning enemy, the Bull Bear. His behavior is slightly different compared to previous entries, in that he will actively be patrolling the environment. Ah, god damn it. Oh well. So this is what happens when you try to cash in a bug.
Not gonna lie, I'm kind of confused.
So, whenever Pikmin are carrying stuff back, ordinarily, if it's a creature, they'll try to carry it back to the onions. However, there are no onions in the caves. So instead, they will carry it back to the ship's pod. And the ship will freak out at first because it's, you know, it's a creature. It's not a treasure. So instead, what's going to happen is it will assign a monetary value to it. So you can collect creatures to cash them in.
Oh.
So, ordinarily, I don't like to collect creatures to pay off the debt because I feel it kind of ruins some of the challenge. But that's ruined already. So, so yeah. This just became a far different playthrough than what I originally intended.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, so those bull bears are incredibly dangerous. Because they will wander around, and because the caves have this random generation thing happening, there is a chance that they will spawn directly next to your little landing area, which is a fun time. So you kind of always have to be on your guard for such an occurrence. Invigorator.
Oh, it's a coffee cup. Hilarious.
A lot of chocolate in this cave.
Oh.
All right. Okay, well, here we go. Oh, fucking hell. Well, that's... Oh, that's terrible. That's just great. So, here we have another new enemy. This is the Armored Cannon Larva. It'll just kind of be in the ground and then shoot these fucking boulders at you. And we got really unlucky with their spawns, because there's one right next to our fucking starting area. And it just absolutely crushed. Like, we lost 15 of our purple Pikmin. Which is not
purple.
Which is not great for us. So we will need to make up these numbers. Which means a repeat visit to a cave. Oh, God. Alright. There we go. That's one dealt with. Truly annoying. Alright.
Battle rages
Okay. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Too many. Stop it getting careless. That cutscene's just gonna tell us that, oh, hey, it's a purple drop. Maybe you should drink it up. And I will. Okay. So that's this side of the arena carved out, I think. Yes. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so these beetles that shoot the boulders, they're not terrible to deal with, but they are rather annoying. And that's honestly one of the downsides of these randomly generated caves, because if you get a bad spawn, like, there's nothing you can really do about it. But it's not the end of the world. Frustrating though it may be. Candy pop. Nice. Alright. Good. Those are guys are flowered up. So the things with all these alcoves is, like, there'll be eggs and other things that'll kind of drop from the sky. So it's always a good thing to scope them out. You just got to be careful that something bad doesn't fall.
From the sky?
Yep.
Ooh.
Also, speaking of TV.
Speaking of TV.
At least there's plenty of eggs and whatnot. I guess that's it for our goodies. Oh, flower you up. Onward and downward.
How many pillars are there? Oh, final four. Aha!
Well, here he is, the final boss. A giant bread bug.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, so this final floor is really not difficult at all. The preceding floor was more of a challenge. But because there's a bunch of bread bugs kind of running around and all these treasures and whatnot to collect, the real trick is going to be is to killing these bread bugs so that way that they'll get the treasures out of their little nests. So, being a giant bread bug, it's going to have a shit ton of health. So we're going to have to do this a couple of times.
The elk one that they're totally immune to the effects of lightning. They're totally immune or just resistant?
They're completely immune.
Is that a piece of ham?
Yep.
Meat of champions. Alright. We...
So all of the treasures that we can get are in this dude's nest. So we gotta kill him. He's gotta go.
We gotta go.
There we go.
Oh, this is what you meant when you said just get him over here.
Mm-hmm. And he's dead. He's bread. Yes. The dream material. So, of course, rubber doesn't conduct electricity. So what the ship is going to do, he's going to take this material and fuse it with our suits. So now the captains will be immune to any electrical hazards. Of course, this does nothing to protect any of your Pikmin, so...
What?
It's a hideous victual. And that's gonna do it for this cave. So tragically, we lost a lot of Pikmin. But hey, that's the nature of the game. It's gonna happen. All that means is that we will need to return to an earlier cave to get some more. Whew.
25 Pikmin lost.
Yeah. A tragedy.
Shame.
Well, so this is about all we can accomplish at this point in time. So useful. So incredibly useful. And we will truly need them as we approach late game. Mostly so we can avoid another catastrophe like we had today. They're going to be doing that. We're going to take you guys and do something else. So we're going to just do some preparatory stuff for a future trip here. Lost one somewhere. What? Oh, you lost interest, huh? And since we're now electric proof, we can go ahead and touch this gate and nothing bad will happen. Yay! So relaxing. So tranquil. And there's that ravenous whisker pillar coming to cause problems. Busted down this gate. And these Pikmin are essentially trapped here. I mean, I guess I could throw them and walk them back, but there's no point. They'll be fine. Come night's end. Yeah, we're not gonna have time to collect another round. But hey, 2 sprays, that's pretty good. Three sprays, that's pretty good. They're gathered. They're as gathered as they're gonna get. Yikes. Lost 25 Pikmin today. Oh! It's a real Dandori issue. Well, on to brighter futures. So we got a couple of new guys in the Wikipedia. We got the Spotty Bull Bear, their babies. Puffy Blowhog returns, just as annoying as ever. We have a new thing the Queen kind of brought, but I didn't mention this before because I was reeling from my terrible mishap. But what this essentially does is you'll throw in a Pikmin and it'll give you 9 of whatever color it is currently showing. So you'll end up with an 8 Pikmin net profit. So it's a good way to increase your Pikmin count in caves, especially if you've had a real bad time like I did. Bread bugs, of course, know what they do. Big bread bug. Got a whole bunch of food and food-related items. But with this, we're going to go ahead and head back to the Awakening Wood. Because we're not quite playing with a full deck yet.
tell me you're trying to get more Pikmin to like padding your numbers?
Yes. Particularly yellows, because we don't have a lot and we're going to need some more. Let's see, how many do I want? We'll do that. I don't need 2 captains, I just need the 1. And we'll take you. Stop it. Come on. I'm going to go ahead and carry that thing down. And let's see, how many else do I want? Yes, okay. Alright, so while they're doing that, I'm going to come around here. Truly a marvel.
Oh, that was lip balm, right?
Yep, Carmix brand lip balm.
They don't get a lot of advertisement. I mean, honestly, when's the last time you saw an advertisement for a lip balm? Let alone them.
Yeah, I mean, it truly is an odd collection of brands on display here in this game. Come on. Work with me. Okay, and get you to harvesting.
Get to harvest.
There we go. Alright, so we're gonna go back up here. Check on how these guys are doing on this gate. Should we get pretty close? Let's speed you guys up some. Yeah, actually, I don't have a little more weight up here. They're free. Here we are. Our blue boys are back. The band's back together. Yeah. So, Rusty the ship here is just going to tell us what we already know about these guys. They're blue, which means water. I think if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, you kind of get their deal. So these walk poles are incredibly annoying because they're so freaking fast. Nope. Nope. Forgot about that. Alright, so that's annoying. So this treasure here, it's in this little pool area with the blue Pikmin, right? The Nintendo, when they programmed this game, they actually programmed it specifically to where only blue Pikmin can carry it within this area, but once it's outside of this gate, we can do a quick swap. So we can, so how to actually grab it.
Goes on and on and on.
So we're gonna do that. So now that we got our blue Pikmin, we can go ahead and start doing water things.
Decorative goo.
Shout out to Mario Paint.
This game likes to do a lot of shoutouts.
It's kind of a Nintendo thing. They just love referencing all their properties that they own. So our blue Pikmin are going to come down here and take care of this impediment. Once that clog is out of the way, it drains the water, which means we can go about our business.
So, for day 7, are you helping me?
It's not ideal, but it's not the worst position I'm in so far. I mean, if anything, the worst thing about the progress I've made so far is losing all those fucking purples. Because that's going to put me behind for where I want to be.
So we have to make a detour and make some more purples?
Yep.
Now, does it matter what color it converts? Like, red, purple is more and more, right? Not now.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
So, you have to convert your pre-existing Pikmin into purples, right?
Yes.
Does it matter what color pre-existing Pikmin, or is it all colors equal purples? Or are there stronger purples out there?
No. So it doesn't matter what Pikmin you use to convert. Generally, what I like to do is I tend to favor reds because they, for the most part, are the easiest to come by. But it's not necessarily like a priority, I would say. Alright, so looks like I'm not gonna quite have time to fully tear down this gate. So we'll just have to come back tomorrow. Got a couple of things. Nothing crazy. And now he's living under a bridge. You love to see it. And let's see. Yeah, okay. So the only thing new we encountered today are these walk poles. These are baby Wollywogs, Wollyhops. Yeah, that's pretty much all there's to say about it, and a couple of new treasures. Oh, look at this! We completed a series, the Survival series. So every time we complete a series of treasures, we get a new tab, the sales pitch. And this is the ship creating a sales pitch to try and get people to buy these random pieces of junk. Indispensable. Alright, so we're gonna go for one more day. Okay. And we're gonna try and take advantage of this time to increase our Pikmin count. Alright, and let's grab you folks. And yeah, okay. What? How? How did you drown? Who did I lose? Lost a purple. That's great. That's just great. treasure's done. Okay. Man, I am not playing well at all tonight. Yeah, well. Well, over here we got another treasure. What? Oh my god. Thanks, guys. Okay. Gotta go all the way around. Cool. Oh my god. They act like they don't want to live. Oh wow, they're really gonna go that way. Okay. Oops. Alright, camera. Alright. So just like before, last time we were here in Pikmin 1, there's a burrowing snaglet. Right here. So in the interest of not losing all of our Pikmin, we're going to go ahead and use a couple of these sprays just so we can save ourselves a little bit of additional frustration. There we go. Ooh, a couple of sprays. That's pretty good. Okay. behind this wall there is a cave. So we'll just go ahead and send to do it. Don't think we're going to get to another cave today. This is mostly just a chance to try and grow up our Pikmin a little bit. We've collected the air brake. That's neat. Gonna go ahead and get some of these sprays. And look at that. All the treasure on the surface. Gobbled up. Okay. Let's go ahead and get you guys back up on this gate so you can finish taking it down. And we'll go and take the opportunity to get some more berries. Because berries are always good. Especially since I just used 4 of them. Come on. And it's doubtful I managed to get under the spray. But that's alright. So a rather low-key day, all things considered, despite Pikmin deciding to just walk straight into water. But that's just the nature of the beast.
Alright, so to pull out the purple Pikmin, you go to your regular ship, right?
Yes. Only one treasure, but that's alright. There's still plenty more for us to get. Absurd. Yeah, so yeah, Pikmin pathing isn't exactly great. So occasionally they'll wander into water. I don't know how they did it under the bridge, but what can you do?
I think I'm the power. My stylish suits are colored hair. Pitiful. But at least they're warm.
And with that, that's going to go ahead and do it for this particular edition of Pikmin 2. So next time, we will pick up where we left off. All right. Good night, everybody.